by the way he flushed face. Judging by the way he flushed face and the dazed look in his eye, he's as pissed drunk as I am. Whereas I feel like keeling over, he looks like he's still ready to take the catwalk by storm. He just has the air of one of those men who think they own the world. Kinda does own the world.
Hello there, sexy. Please don't stand up on my account. I already like what I see. Fancy a drink? It'll be on me.
Oh yeah. Then again, I might be pleasantly surprised if he proves me wrong.
Want some between the sheets? Sex on the beach? I'm talking cocktails, of course.
Fat chance. But it does not matter, we both know how to play this game. And there are two different ways for the night to end. One thing or another is going to happen. Ooh. Question is, what do I want to do?
Oh no, that's fine. I'd rather order some blue balls or some AMF if you don't mind.
Ah shit, it just got told. He looks like he's about to say some witty retort but stops himself and downs the rest of his whiskey. I order a mint julep. He gets another whiskey and we start the customary small talk. Of course, the saying, ask me no question and I'll tell you no lies goes without saying. We ask nothing about each other, offering up falsehoods to establish a strenuous fake connection between two strangers at a pub, if only to pass time. Oh, so that's why. In the beginning of the game when Anna, Luke, and Marianne met together, Luke kinda had the feeling, kinda showed the feeling that he already knew Marianne, so that's why, alright. Whiskey, as I have come to call him, is supposedly 21 years old, single, takes care of his sick mother and is a manager of some sort. Manager of what? I did not care to listen to the details. Meanwhile, Mint, as he come to call me, is 29 and I'm... What did I say I was again? Oh yes, I told him that I was a professional chocolate taster. Jeez. Because fuck it. If I'm going to lie about what my job is, might as well make it fun. It's a pretty decent chat between two pretty drunk strangers. And maybe it's just me, but we might as fucking well expend the tiniest amount of effort in pretending there's something meaningful in this meeting. Would have been nice too, if it was just left at that. But during a lull in the conversation, he brings it up.
You know, I've never been with a woman taller than me.
Ah shit. He's laying on the hammer. And to think he might have been different from the rest.
Never have and never will, whiskey. Can we go back to the history of chocolates? Did you know that chocolate candy was introduced in 19th century England as a healthier alternative to alcohol?
Saint Lucy was the most beautiful woman of her time. She had men come from the four corners of the world just to see the pure light of her exquisite green eyes. She was so lucky anyway.
No, enough of the history lesson.
No, not anymore, please.
Come on, Mint. You know and I know what you came here for.
Though not every suitor was gallant, and she was no fool. She had known that sooner or later she would not be able to defend her chastity.
Come on. There must be something that gets you going.
So she had taken out a knife and gouged out her own eyes. What?
There is something, but I don't think you can handle it.
Impressed with her devotion, God restored her eyes and made them more beautiful than before. He has a peculiar sense of humor, hasn't he? Because that only meant suitors kept going after Lucy, and she kept her eyes in a chalice to scare them away.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I can handle whatever it is.
Saint Lucy, Help me! Help me turn away from sin. Help me with my own blindness.
My place isn't too far from here. I won't take care of you if it ends up being too much for you.
Ah, shit, it's going down.
And no one will be able to hear you if you try to scream. You sure you want to go down that road, pretty boy?
Wouldn't have it any other way.
Best thing about having my condo so close to the pub is the ease of access. As long as I can still stand and walk, I can make it home. Maybe I need help from a kind neighbor or two to help me with the last leg if I've really gone overboard on the alcohol. But I always made it home. Sometimes with company. Of course, that always comes with complications, especially with the real clingy ones. But it's not anything a good tip about stalkers to the building security can't fix. I'm always nervous though, even if this is not the first time I've done this. The first few minutes when we enter my room are the first few agonizing minutes where I try to not panic. Okay, Mac, so far so good. Don't let him smell your fear under all that liquid courage. He'll live sooner or later and I'll never have to see him again, just like every other man before. I'd like to say to myself that the men I brought to my place were more scared than I was. Yet there is no fear when I look into Whiskey's eyes, only delight. When he started touching me, I don't even hesitate when I push him against the door. Roughest is to be expected. Oh, we're going romance and erotic now. Oh. And as long as it sticks to the script, everything will go smoothly. We'll have our little tumble in the sheets, he'll leave, we'll forget about it. If somebody asked me what I really wanted, I would not have told them that I wanted a bed of rose, chocolate, and music, maybe in an Irish castle. But all I really want is and that's never going to be a reality. That was my fault, of course, because I was afraid, because I was a coward. It would never hold a candle to her. She was the light of my life. And I had to let her go. Can't even be bothered at the thought of her. Just a single thought of her makes my resolve to see this affair through waver.
Wait.
What is it now?
Yes, what is it now? Is it gonna be, Marianne? 2-6 or not 2-6? Jeez, that's tough. The reason it's difficult because the choice is difficult is due to the fact that I know Marianne's gonna work with Luke and Hannah, so it's gonna be super awkward. I'm kind of curious what's gonna happen if we just go ahead.
Nothing. Never mind.
Let's do it. To hell with it. I'm just doing this for the exact same reason I brought a man home before and the one before that. I did not care about any of them. They were all nothing. Less than nothing. We part for air and he all but rips my belt off without even bothering to take off his own jacket. Oh jeez. We somehow make it safely into my bed and I don't even feel it as he pins me down. Ah shit, this isn't about pleasure, it's about punishment. What? There is nothing gentle about the kiss between us. It's all tongue, teeth and roaming hands. It's like rough. There's no passion, only a need. I don't know about him, but I'm not doing this to feel good. I know some nymphomane that gets weird at the thought of bringing random strangers to my place for a lay. It's ridiculous how under professional facade I like to put up. I do these sordid things. If any of my clients can see the Marianne McCullough now, I'll boost up and having a rough sex with some bloke from the bar. Well, that's none of their fucking business, really. But still, everything after is a drunken blur. Not that there's much to remember in the first place. These one-night stands were always the same empty, meaningless sex. Flesh coming together, smelling of booze and sweat.
Mother of God, pray for us sinners.
I'm too busy trying to remember her hands touching during it all. I'm trying to remember her lips that kissed me. Who is she referring her to? I mean, she's talking about her, but her. Who is it? But how can I remember something that never happened? Alright, okay. When all is said and done, all you have to say is...
You were saying something while we were at it. What were you mumbling?
It was a prayer.
Like, oh God, fuck me? I like it.
Oh, dude. No, it was a real prayer. A prayer for forgiveness. Because as I lay down in my bed while he gets up to leave, I can feel my sins crawling on my back like spiders, filling me with their venom. I feel an itch that made me want to scratch my skin until it bleeds while my heart pounds in my ears. I can't even register what Whiskey says when he whispers his goodbye.
Thanks for the good time, Marianne.
Alright, so Luke's like to fool around, eh? Oh man. The mornings after are always the loneliest. Although that I can simply brush off. I've already gone through several years of my life with only the fleeting company of others, always nothing permanent. The earth that never was. I lived through this. The regret though is the one that stays and weighs. I was looking at that picture for some reason. I thought that maybe that was McCarlo and her is that girl. Not sure. But there is no time for self-pity. I have a job to get ready for. And time to meet Luke and Hannah was going to say. Anyway, it's not often that I think about drinking on the job. But after meeting with the Rides yesterday, it really makes me want to break my self-imposed rules. Because first off, fucking them whiskey was fucking them Mr. Ride. And to top it all off, they had somehow forgotten to inform me that they didn't own the Emmanuel Mansion yet when they hired me. But what sort of person does that?
Rich people.
I could do nothing but twiddle my thumbs at this, however, twiddle my thumbs and wave for the go signal. It's not like I can accept other smaller projects. This is a big job and I should be ready to start on it at any time. Not to mention that my PA practically begged me to be patient and wait this out. It was a hard decision to agree, but I did it so in the end. Besides, I'm doing this for the Emmanuel Mansion, not for anything or anyone else. I'd have a headache whatever I do anyway. I'd go to the pub again, but seeing what happened a few days ago, I'd rather not end up in bed with another potential client. And it might be a huge leap in logic, but the library is the next best thing after the pub. I have to go there anyway. I need more books for that. Plus, I also need to return the ones I borrowed last time. Finding a new book or two to read for myself while I have nothing to do is not such a bad idea either. So on a Saturday morning, I find myself going to the only library in Luxbourne to hopefully cool off. After returning an Erzuli and a poetry book by Henry of Pudebrady, I asked the librarian about the several titles on my list, though I don't have much luck on that front. Dialogue with Death has already been snatched, and she bluntly said that she did not keep our mathematical universe for someone who did not return books on time. I make headway at least when I asked about Siege and rendition of Havana by Jacobo de Pezuela. If you count her nodding and pointing at the history section as headway, that is. The history section is devoid of any other except for myself, and I read it, though I'd wager I guess that Red's just passing by to get to the classical literature section.